Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Your host, Superman. Wow, we've got Bitcoin pumping at the moment. It just covered over $22,000 of Bitcoin, and you can see it pumping there at the moment. We're still expecting it to go down eventually, down to 11K. So we're going to look at that. And of course, Ethereum is also pumping here at the moment, also moving up higher there, a double top at the moment in the range. So we're going to watch out for that. So it is very green today at the moment. So we're enjoying that for sure. We're going to jump over to the big news, though. Of course, 142,000 Bitcoin could be dumped. Could be dumped as creditors eye Mt. Gox repayment. So the good old Mt. Gox rearing its ugly head years later, as always. Mt. Gox Rehabilitation Trustee asked creditors to choose between Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin Cash to receive repayment, risking pressuring the market further. Obviously, creditors could offload a total of nearly 142,000 Bitcoin into an already stressed market. The rehabilitation trustee will restrict creditors in moving funds for a period. Over 700,000 Bitcoin were drained in Mt. Gox implosion back in 2014. So it's a long time ago now. 7 years. Victims of the implosion of Bitcoin exchange Mt. Gox are now able to opt between different ways of receiving their Bitcoin back. Bitcoin itself, cash, or Bitcoin Cash. Users of the now defunct exchange lost hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin combined 8 years ago. Now they could get some compensation. Even though the incident caused the loss of over 700,000 Bitcoin in 2014, less than 150,000 coins have allegedly been recovered and will be made available by the trustee for users to cut back on some of their losses. Obviously, the price gone up dramatically since then. The optionality could make 141,000 Bitcoins liquid again, depending on the entitled user's choice, posing a new selling threat to an already battered market. Obviously, we're in a bear market at the moment. Mt. Gox creditors were sent a correspondence dated July the 6th by attorney Nobukai Kobayashi, the appointed trustee in the Mt. Gox rehabilitation process, who confirmed that he was preparing to make payments to account holders. Finally, it's here. In addition to the payment method, creditors should also choose whether to receive an early lump sum repayment or not. The documents notes a timeline for repayment has not been established. The deadline for the choice and registration will be set by the rehabilitation trustee with the permission of the court, according to the correspondence. Given that the price of Bitcoin was a fraction of the current market price, around 21,000, which is now 22,000, it has been speculated that many creditors could choose to offload their Bitcoin in the market for cash, directly or indirectly, because that's because even though details weren't shared, the trustee could supposedly liquidate an equivalent amount of Bitcoin to pay out those interested in receiving fiat currency. However, the document cites the rehabilitation trust may set a period during which creditors wouldn't be able to move the received funds. The rehabilitation trustee may set a period during which the assignment, transfer, succession, provision as collateral or disposition by other means of rehabilitation claims as prohibited. Following discussions with the court and in accordance with the rehabilitation plan, the rehabilitation trustee plans to set the assignment, etc., restriction reference period from approximately the end of August this year until all or part of the repayment made as initial repayments is completed for safe and secure repayment. So August looking like a key period there for Bitcoin. If rehabilitation claims are transferred during the assignment, a reference period, the use of the system by both transferors and transferees will be suspended. This may result in you being unable to carry out the choice of registration. The repayment date may be delayed significantly compared to other rehabilitation creditors, or at worst, the repayment amount may be deposited with the Tokyo Legal Affairs Bureau in accordance with laws and regulations. That by NAMCOs there on good old BitcoinMagazine.com. So some pretty big news there. August looks pretty pivotal. And of course, all that Bitcoin, man, that's some crazy stuff right there, as you could imagine. So if we have a look at the monthly charts on good old Bitcoin, I'm not even sure how long that is going back. I'm not even sure if we can go back that far. Let's have a look here. 2015, we were at $290. So you can see the big compelling reason to sell, even back here down this low price, now up at the 22,100. So more pressure potentially in August, and that's not too far away really. That's sort of sitting in here, August, September. So more potential pressure there. Let's see what they do. Remember, it's cash, Bitcoin Cash, or Bitcoin. So obviously they're holding Bitcoin at the moment. So we'll see. It's pretty impressive whatever's going to happen there. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that quick update.